Camera might break here in a second. We will see. Alright, there we go. Being a little weird. I forgot, like, because when I opened Streamlab, it was, that'll happen whenever two sources try to use my camera at the same time, and when I was on a chainsaw stream the other day, I still had it set on StreamYard, and needed to turn that off. How's everybody's Saturday so far? What's up, Brain of Jen? .car, welcome. Seems quiet today. I mean, we just started, and to be fair, Rejects are doing a stream right now, so would not be surprised if more people are interested in that. D. Cole, what's up? What's up, Biscuit Queen? Rocking that Blitzo. Sorry, the O is silent. Unless you're in, well, never mind. What's up, Juan? How are you? What's up, Elizabeth? How's my day going so far? Not too bad, not too bad. I went to bed around like 7. No, I went to bed at like 8, a little after 8 this morning. It was after dinner last night, which we had around like 7-ish. Ended up just passing out until almost midnight. So then I was awake most of the night. Finally went back to bed around 8 this morning. Woke up at 2. So less than 6 hours of sleep right now. Checked my mail. Got some food. I've started probably a bad habit at this point. of trying to collect Has-Been Hotel trading cards. Despite them no longer being in circulation, so that means that getting booster packs is not easy. And I've gotten a couple so far, and it's turned into a bit of an issue. Let's see. Where did I leave off here? Looks like Omni Screen took mushrooms. It did indeed for a minute. I don't know why it blasts out into those colors when it does that, but it's interesting. What's up, Ginger? How's it going? So you're rocking Spider-Man today. Nice, nice. Wonder how much more juice they're gonna squeeze out of the Jurassic World or Park franchise. I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know what they're gonna plan on doing next. I really think they need to bring it back to its roots a little bit. I don't know. Something simpler, something more down and maybe a little more intimate. Did I? Yeah, hold on. Ugh. Is it not in here? Or did I forget it? Drop it? Nope, thank God. Never mind, I dropped it. Thought I thought I started everything without my chapstick. A little fun fact, and I don't know if this has come up or not before, but like with me, like once I'm aware that my lips are dry, if I realize I don't have my chapstick on me, I will start to have a little bit of a panic. Like my anxiety will flare real bad. Because I hate it. I can't stand it. Because especially once I realize it, once I notice it, I can't stop thinking about it. And then it just feels like they're getting drier and drier and drier. The hair is free today. The hair is free. Pretty good. Going to a grad party later. For yourself or someone else? If for you, congratulations. How's my week gone? It hasn't been terribly bad. Work. Like my main job was a little stressful in the middle of the week because there was this in-office event. I'm not local to where the main office is, but all of the people I work with on my team who were basically got to go into the office and just mingle with our clients and stuff like that all day long. So while myself and the only other remote person on our team had to cover all of the shifts. So that was a little rough on those 2 days, but it's not too bad. Sleep's been awful. My schedule's been all out of whack this week. That's usually not that unusual, but it's been a little weirder this week. Like, I'm definitely usually 3, 4, 5 I go to bed, but like these last couple of days, almost all week long, I've been going to bed at 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. shit like that, just because these naps are throwing me off. Mr. Rizzler is back. I feel like Omni's naked without the hat. Hair's looking good, bro. Well, thank you. I get that a lot though. It's, to be honest, it's literally a part of the persona is the beanie. I only do that because I don't want to care about my hair most of the time, and it's not like I did anything. I just showered and let this dry. This is just what happens, but I just throw it on to keep it out of my face. Easy solution would be to cut it, but I don't feel like I look great with short hair anymore. I was watching live rejects, but now watching you instead. Oh, did you feel called out? Watch who you want to watch. It's all good. I'm not going to be upset. It's the real rejects. What's up, Rich? How are you doing? Mercenary, how's it going? Let's see. Jurassic Planet. Well, that's what Jurassic World was teeing up, and then they completely ignored it. God, that movie pissed me off so much. Fuck, dude. I don't know, man. As long as they don't tiptoe into the human dinosaur hybrid storyline they kept trying to tee up. Am I ready for the full moon? If we're talking about the episode, no, not really. I'm excited. I'm anxious. I'm nervous because it's also the first one I'm going to be on time for. So I don't know what the chaos is going to be like, but I'm very excited, especially considering they're talking about this being a big episode. I saw some people floating around, and I don't know where they got the information. I don't know if they work on the show. I don't know if it's a leak. I don't know any of that. As far as plot detail wise, I don't know anything. But I did hear someone say that it may be 40 some minutes long or longer, which is definitely the longest episode, if true, that we've had. So how you like the Logan fan film? It was wild. It was really, really well done. Especially the fight choreography, the aesthetic, just the whole vibe of it was really cool. Seeing it from another cultural perspective was just really interesting. And the way that it tweaks, because obviously being in a different sphere and not having that same connection that gave him the name to begin with, him leaning into the Fenrir thing was really cool. I loved all that. The vibe was cool. I'd be down for a whole movie about that. Have you thought about doing advanced reactions for Patreon? I've thought about it. It's just doing it is the hard part when you're a one-man team. Do I just do watch-alongs? Do I do the edits and stuff like that too? Because that just compounds the work for everything that's already going on. I would love to, but the time it would take to get ahead enough to make it worth it on all the shows that we are covering that I can do that for, I just don't have the time. Not right now, at least. With everything else, if this was the only thing I was doing, I didn't have my day job and anything like that, it wouldn't be as difficult. But Like, I would love to, but it's just real hard to pull that off with the way life is at the moment. I'm going to the movies with my dad to go see the new Mad Max movie. Hell yeah. I've heard really good things about it. I'm excited for it, but I'm going to wait to react to it here on the channel just because we have reacted to all of the Mad Max movies, so I don't want to leave it out of the bunch. The new Doctor Who episode, what did you think of future Ruby told everyone to make them run away? Chibnall's coming back. Beware Chibnall's return. I don't know. That's just a dumb joke I just thought off the top of my head right now. I really have no idea. I don't know. I saw one person say it's just whatever they needed to say, which is vague as fuck, because that could literally be anything. But like, what would make Kate just up and leave like that? It just throws me off. I don't know. I have no idea. No good, or at least substantial theory at all. What's up, Omni? How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. You heard the news. Hazbin Hotel is speculated to get 6 seasons, and that Full Moon is finally releasing next week. We've been waiting 6 months for this episode. I've been waiting like 4 weeks, something like that. 5, I think, at this point. But yeah, you guys have been waiting a long time. But I'm excited. I'm excited all the same. I've heard this is pretty usual, or not even the longest that it's been between episodes, so I'm not going to complain. I've enjoyed it all in all, regardless. But yeah, I did hear the news about Hazbin Hotel, but I saw this post from Vivian saying that, like, you know, that's the idea right now, but she was like, I'll have as many seasons as they will keep renewing me for. There's always going to be new stories to tell in this world, so we may end up having infinite stories. So the plan right now might be 6, but she said if they give her more than that, she will keep making the show. You think the boys should end at season 5 so they won't milk it? I do think they need to start with the storyline they've got on the path that they're on right now, unless there's some miracle cure or something that comes out of nowhere. I think they need to try to start leaning towards a conclusion, but I don't think that they are at this point. What's up, Emma? How are you? When am I going to see Furiosa? I believe I just answered that. Whenever it comes out for VOD. Morning, Lunar. Sheena, how's it going? How are you feeling? Hope you're doing better. Hope you're having a good weekend, by the way. It's going to be very chaotic. Is it bad that I discovered you through your Hazbin Hotel reactions? I didn't have Prime. That's a very common thing that happened. You know, a lot of people trying to cheat the system. And then, I don't know if you were one of them. I hope you weren't. But a lot of people bitching about so much of the episode being cut out. And I was like, well, yeah, because if I didn't, it would be 100% illegal. And dude, like, even the edits I had up, like, they were still like being blocked left and right. So like, some of them, it took me like 8 different edits just to even get it not blocked. Hell, I came across this one reaction channel that literally did somehow have the entire episode up. No filter, no opacity, no nothing, but just the entire episode, no cuts. I have no idea how they did that. And I have no idea how they don't have a fucking strike notice. Dude, I was cutting this ship up and I was still getting blocks. Like, not claims, not like shared revenue. Blocked, unviewable in every country. I don't get it. I saw that, it's cool, but it's fucking frustrating to see shit like that, and I don't know how they're getting around it. Cause like, I don't know, whatever. What's up, Eliza? How are you? Finally caught a stream. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., my favorite show. Of all time. I was like, of oat? Dude, acronyms and me, man, I struggle sometimes. Was wondering who my top 3 or so characters are. Love your videos. Actually, I think somebody asked this similarly, I think, or maybe it just came up last week. But my favorite character's Fizz. Wait, just to say Fizz. Fitz. Crossing the streams. Crossing the streams. Fitz is my favorite character. I don't even remember the order I had last, but it's Fitz. I'd say Coulson, and then probably Sky, Daisy. But Fitz has pretty consistently been my favorite. Just watched the new Doctor Who episode. Now it's time for your reaction. It's such a weird episode, man, but I really dig it. I'm okay with the looseness of the episode and all that kind of stuff, but my God, it's a mind bender. I prefer to listen to the Real Reject stream when they drop it on Spotify. Fair enough. Your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reactions are golden with them. Thank you. How's your day going and how's everything? Good so far, good so far. If you don't mind answering, what is the day job? It's like a service desk for a supply management application that mostly hospitals use, but some other places manage to use it, but it's like 90%, 95% of our clients are hospitals. So whenever it breaks, whenever there's a bug or whatever, they have a problem, we got to take care of it, debug it, read the code, go through the error logs, fix it, get them online, get back to going. That's pretty much the gist of it. But it can be very, very involved sometimes. Found it odd that in X97, it was T'Chaka as Black Panther in the episode, in the S4 series, which is canon to this, where he died and T'Challa took over. The creator said this particular decision came from above him. Huh. That's weird. I did notice it was T'Chaka because they called him King T'Chaka, but I didn't think anything of it. Started watching something new to me, Castlevania. Just started season 2, loving it so far. I've heard amazing things about that, but I haven't checked it out. Never played any of the games. Don't really know much about the lore at all, except, Alucard, Dracula, blah, 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 that thing. But I don't really know too much else after it. But I do want to watch it one of these days, because the studio behind that does amazing action. Chip Noodle! Ah! Yeah, dude, please no. Get out of here. Just will not. I've decided what you're watching after Ted Lasso. I'm not deciding anything. It's the votes that decide everything. And I'm keeping the polls open until the final episode posts. I'm gonna make we'll see what wins literally the week before I have to record it. Because I want to make sure everybody has plenty of time to get their votes in. I feel like it's been a while before Avatar live action season 2 and 3 comes out. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to go, or when we should expect it. I was grateful that I even got to see part of it, and how the fuck? Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of cause I try to play as fair as possible, cause 1, I don't want to get strikes. I don't want to lose my channel. 2, I don't want to make any kind of bad blood with the people whose content I am reacting to. Especially with some A24 and Amazon, because God forbid, I've got fairly decent relationship with Amazon. I mean, usually if I have too many problems, they've been very open to working with and releasing stuff. They used one of my reactions in one of The Boys promos, I think for season 3. That was kind of cool. But at the end of the day, I just don't want to press any buttons. And then I come across stuff like that, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Because then it's just like, well, what am I saying? when I'm telling people I can't show them the whole episode, and then someone's out here doing that, but they're not getting any repercussions. But when I tried to do even like a little, not even 10 seconds, because I still only do 10-second blocks. Like, I will not show a consecutive clip without a cut for longer than 10 seconds. It will be, once it hits that 10-second mark, cut, no matter what. And then I'll jump ahead a little bit, try to stitch stuff together, whatever to make it transformative enough to away from the original to be pass the censors. And I would chop this shit up, cut away, punch to me, all the stuff, and it would just get flagged left and right still. Left and right. I don't understand it. It's so frustrating. But all in all, it's all good. What's up, Jazzy J? Even though I know it doesn't seem like it would be your thing, you should react to Bridgerton. Genuinely didn't think it would be my thing, and I love it now. It's really good. I watched, I don't remember shit about it, but I know, like, we watched was it a first and last of the season, I think of season 1 of Bridgerton or something like that. Maybe it was a different show. I think it was Bridgerton, with Dylan Is in Trouble. I don't remember shit about it. I don't know. I have no idea. One day, maybe, who knows? If it wins a poll, I am locked into checking it out. What's up, I'm bored. Everything's going pretty solid today. Hope you are doing well as well. Kind of want to see Loki again, but I doubt it. I'm sure we'll see him again. I just don't think he'll be the center focus of anything. Probably not at all at a point. Feels odd for some reason Marvel weirdly is making this blanket idea of Black Panther can only be played by one actor in the multiverse. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little ridiculous. We've talked about that quite a bit. Since we're closer to My Adventures of Superman Season 2, what are your thoughts on Season 1 now that it's been a minute? I still think Season 1 was really fun. I love the anime vibes that they leaned into. I love the aesthetic. I love the change up on the lore, the world, the powers of the Superman, just because, like, even for people familiar with the story and stuff, it's still keeping you on your toes. I still have a lot of questions on how everything works, because it's clearly a very different thing. And when they had that multiverse episode, it very much shows that things are very different from the usual canon on this world. And I thought that was really cool to set that apart. Even in the season when it was coming out, I do minorly don't like that all of the villains get their powers via tech, but it is what it is. They are now integrated into them organically, but I don't know. That's the only hang up I've really had, but it wasn't really a hang up. It's just like it was a little too samey for everybody. But I think that's going to be remedied once things kind of kick into the new season. But we got our 2-episode premiere tonight, and I'm excited. Personally, I think it's good, although some of the villain designs were pretty eh. I do agree, because it's also very difficult for some of them to find out who they are until you get their name or they finally say it or use their powers or whatever. Is Blade still getting made? Supposedly. You got me into Has-Been. I watched your reactions, then I watched it myself. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Spreading the corruption. Have I heard of the amazing digital circus? I have, and I was gearing up to react to it this week to finally see what the fuss is about, but I just did not have the willpower to sit down and record. So I haven't yet. So at this point, with the new Hell of a Boss episode coming out this week, I'll probably save it for the week after and maybe check it out and see what all the fuss is about. All the hubbub. Fitz is my favorite too. Good taste, good taste. Pretty sure Blade is still being made. As far as we know, it's still being made. We know why you like Sky and Daisy, and it's also the same reason I like Sky/Daisy. My thoughts on the animated Super Show is that its characters, particularly Lois and Clark, have great chemistry. Jimmy, much like the comics, is okay. The rest are okay. I need to know your opinion on Vivian's Twitter meltdowns. I am unfamiliar with said Twitter meltdowns. Has there? I mean, I haven't seen anything recently, but I know like there's been supposed drama in the past. I don't know. People are people. People are human, and Twitter often forgets that. So I don't know. I don't know. I've seen these like, oh, Vivian cancellation threads and stuff like that, where it's just a bunch of people who are twisting and contorting things and doing a lot of mental gymnastics to just kind of rain on her parade now that things are popping off. And I'm just like, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into fuss of it all, but, you know, that was what? Years ago at this point, even if it makes you uncomfortable, even if it was wrong, I don't know the details. I didn't like read through everything, but like people change, man. It's like the James Gunn situation. Like, you know, edgy humor was edgy humor at a time. I don't know. It is what it is. Like, people need to let people go, which is the whole point of the fandom. This is the whole point of both of the shows too, is this redemption and change and growth and learning. And it's funny when that's completely lost on the people at the end of the day. But I don't know, man. It is what it is. I don't know if there's anything new going on, because if there has been, I haven't seen it. But everything I've seen or heard about has long since been in the past, to my understanding. Not ready for Superman and Lois to end, likewise. Did I watch Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate? And Megamind rules. Fuck no. No. I've not even watched the first Megamind, and I really don't care to. I don't know. I've seen like I can't remember. I think it might have been Bionic Pig did a full review of the movie, and I watched that, and it seemed fine. So I know pretty much the entire layout of the movie, but I've never actually firsthand seen it. It's just not, again, maybe if I sat down and watched it, I have a different, like, beginning to end watched it, had a completely different tune, but just from everything I've seen about it, it just does not seem like something I would be into. Alex Hefner with what happened to his channel. He released an update vid. I did watch the update vid. The fact that he got hacked twice, back to back, in the same way by the same people is kind of hilarious, but also sad that it happens in the way it does. When he was like, don't open a zip file on your computer from a sponsor, somebody reaching out about a sponsor, and I was just kind of like, for me, like, yeah, that seems pretty like straightforward. But hey, like, it happened to the normies. It happened to fucking what? How many channels have had this happen this year? It's been a bunch. But he's just another one to have the same thing happen. But thankfully, everything's back. Everything's back on track. Everything's moving forward. Nothing's too crazy, at least. Nothing was beyond recovering, thankfully. So, waiting for his next video. Can't hang around. I got a lot of cooking to do, but hope everyone is having a good week. Also, hydration check. There, have some water to balance out the... Actually, I haven't even had to take a sip of this yet. All them shelves behind you. What's my favorite piece? All in all, I think I get asked this like a lot, actually, and I always feel like I give a different answer every time. Well, I guess that changes with your mood, you know? But, you know, my Revan mask, my Revan statue are probably number one. My Vex and Vax Hot Toys are both high on the list. My fucking Kingdom Hearts chess set is a definite one. I wish I had a better way to display it, but I can't put it on the shelf. It's too wide. It don't fit on no shelf. What's up, Pink Sun? How are you? What's up, Ida? Nice shirt. What? Thank you. Rocking the Inuyasha and Sesshomaru. Saw this at the at Level Up Expo and ended up getting it. I was like, oh, let's get it. Let's get some color in the life a little bit. Plus, I need some more Inuyasha rep going on. You know what timeline Agents of Shields are in? Their own. That's all I know. I've yet to see a Jimmy Olsen that justifies his existence other than non-powered good friend. He was wacky in the Silver Age and is just an okay character. What's with the Jimmy hate? What's with the Jimmy hate? I like Jimmy. He serves his purpose. Kudos to your editing chops. The videos are still really good even with all the cuts you need to make. Thank you so much, Winrate. I really appreciate that. I try to clean it up as much as possible because I get annoyed by choppy edits, but I mean sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do to get shit to post. When you're fighting the copyright villains, the gods of the copyright system. Who's my favorite villain of Titans? Oof. Yeah. Probably Brother Blood, I guess. Just cause. I mean, he was the least cringy to watch until the end than everybody else. I mean, yeah. Second would go to Slade, even though the logic of season 2 really confounds me, but yeah. I don't know. Titans. Evening dude, what film have you watched convinced it was going to suck, but turned out to be great? I remember rolling my eyes when they rebooted the Apes, but turned out it was excellent. Oh, shit. I know I can think of one, and I know there has been some, but like I'm drawing a complete blank right now. Like a movie that I thought would be absolute ass, but I ended up thinking it was really good. You know what? Hold on. I know there was at least an example not too far ago. Too long, like too far back. Alright, come on. And I'm not going to count ones that like were franchises that people told me was going to be garbage or that I wasn't going to like, because, you know, that's a whole other basket. You know, like Rocky 5 or A Good Day to Die Hard, stuff like that. Something like I legitimately was like, I don't know about this. Well, I guess if there's been an example, I haven't seen one in a minute. Maybe Megan. I think Megan. We'll go with that. Because that's fair enough. Because I thought it was going to be cringy. I thought it was going to be too goofy. And while it is, it's trying to be. That's the kind of the point. It was fun. It was good. It was really entertaining. I'll probably throw that on there. Yes, Craig. Also, I will throw Free Guy onto that list as well. I wasn't sure how that was going to play out, but my God, did I like that movie a lot. I think I saw it twice in theaters while it was going on. Definitely should watch John Carpenter's Vampires for reasons. Thomas Ian Griffith. I didn't know he was in that, but it is on the poll. It is still on the poll. When do you think that you will react to Addict? I don't know. I don't know when a good time will be. I feel like I've missed that window right now, which is unfortunate, which is just kind of my fault. So I don't know. I don't know yet. Am I going to watch Naked Gun 2? Eventually, yes. When I watched Buffy on Hulu, I thought she was hot. You are not alone, dude. You're not special. but I was always a Willow guy myself. Alyssa Hannigan, man. Smoking. Random trivia question. Which film at the 2017 Oscars was wrongly awarded Oscar for the Best Picture only to have it removed live on stage? I remember this happening. I don't recall the movie at all. I've ever heard Linkin Park cover of Adele's Rolling in the Deep. It's amazing. It's on YouTube if you haven't. I have heard it. It is really good. Linkin Park, man. I'm still so sad about that, dude. That the day that news swept my feed, it broke my heart, man. It really did. I was in the Linkin Park fan club back in the day. Even had their limited edition DC shoes, which was wild. Like DC the shoe brand, not DC Comics. I love Linkin Park, man. Love. But yeah, I have heard the cover, and it is such a good cover. Well, react to Dead Boy Detectives. I've been getting this question every weekend. I don't know if it's you, Nick, but somebody has been asking every weekend since it's come out, and the answer is still the same. I have no idea. Right now, there is zero plans to do so, only because it would literally be a waste of time to cover on the channel. Will I watch it? I don't know, but maybe I'll wait. There seems to be hope for another season, so if there is, maybe we'll shotgun them before the season comes out, if it successfully gets one. I don't really want to start it if it was meant to continue, and it doesn't. What are your thoughts on the character preview of Sandman Season 2? It's wild that we saw the entirety of the Endless introduced in that. We got to see all of them. Well, it just shows the show that Season 2 is going to include them all, even the Prodigal. I'm excited. I'm so excited for Sandman Season 2, man. Like, you can't. I'm really looking forward to it. It was a good tease. Season 2 of One Piece filming soon. Excited to see how they do Laboon and Reverse Mountain. That is very, very true. Very interested in seeing that in live action. If they include it, if they skip past it, if they homage it, or if they address it, how's that going to look? A lot of the stuff moving forward is going to be really interesting, I think, because like I talked about with general anime power scaling and stuff, things are only going to get increasingly weird. So how are we going to keep up with the weirdness in live action? I'm very, very curious. Hey. What's good? What's new? Bed is full of... That it is, man. This house is full of that word. It's fucking 9 cats running around, dude. Not sure if you heard, but I saw somewhere that there's a new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. I saw that as well. Haven't seen anything about it. I have not cared about this franchise after the second movie. So if they reboot it, maybe. If they do a requel, maybe. But if it's a continuation or just something else altogether, I don't know. We'll see. Question, have you seen Spectacular Spider-Man Blue? It's not. If not, it's fan-made animated adaptation of Spider-Man Blue with Spectacular Spider-Man, complete with Josh Keaton doing the voice. I don't know what that means. Do I had to have seen Spectacular Spider-Man in order to understand it? Because I've never seen a single bit of that show. The first movie is a cinematic masterpiece. I believe that was in response to Megamind? Boy again in James Gunn DCU? Huh? Would you like Ryan Potter to play Beast Boy? Oh, I think whatever happened here, these are out of order. I don't know I have no idea what happened there. I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with anybody to really get recast or reused, especially from these smaller roles that didn't get that much love and attention. I'd totally be down for that, but I'd also be fine with them recasting anybody else. Am I going to any anime cons? Anime specifically, I don't have anything lined up just yet. The next convention I'm going to is GalaxyCon in Raleigh, North Carolina in July. That's the next convention I'm going to. My convention budget for the rest of the year, meaning my vacation time, is kind of very limited, so I'm not sure how that'll affect things. No, I've got a local Comic-Con in September that I'm going to maybe go to, presuming there's any guests worth going there for. Ray Park has been confirmed to be there. That's one, so maybe. We'll see who else pops up. Other than that, I don't know. I'm kind of spent because I really don't have a lot of vacation or sick days left for the year, and I need to save those for when I'm actually too sick to work or if something happens. X-Men 97 was so good, I can't stop thinking about it. It was indeed very good. How would you like to see Brainiac and Zod to be handled in the My Adventures with Superman? Personally, I think it would be cool to see Brainiac as a Frieza type character, Zod as a Cell type character, you know. That'd be pretty interesting, but we got Brainiac and Zod on the way. So I mean, that was them at the end of the season. Or at least we know that was Brainiac. Brainiac is confirmed. I mean, that's who was at the end of season 1. And I still presume that's Zod with him, but we'll see. Let's get some color in your life. That's what he said. What's the favorite show I'm reacting to right now? That's currently going on. I mean, I guess technically Hell of a Boss is still going on. We just don't have the next episode yet. It's Hell of a Boss. It's definitely Hell of a Boss. Then second is Ted Lasso. Like close second is Ted Lasso. Yeah. Almost uncontested right now is those. Where we go? Hope Marvel can get back on track, and hopefully Deadpool and Wolverine can do just that. Check out Z Nation. That show is a bit wacky. Not familiar with that one at all. Did I ever watch any Teen Titans comics? Do you mean read? No. I don't really read many comics at all. I read about comics a lot, but I do not actually read comics themselves like 99% of the time. Just don't have the money for that or the time. It's too difficult, but I will read about them all the time. I wasn't excited about Rogue One from the trailer, but when I watched it, I freaking loved it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I did like it. Let's see. I love Z Nation for that exact reason. There's some deep undertones that I really enjoyed later in the seasons. It's definitely a different take on the genre, and that too was appealing. I assume this is a zombie show. What the Sigma? Huh? I clarify. Let's see. Is your poll over for your new show? No, like I explained just a little while ago, I'm leaving the poll up until until the final episode of Ted Lasso is actually up and on the channel. Just to give everybody plenty of time to cast their votes. It is still up, it is still live, it is still going. Jumanji, Free Guy were two others I expected to suck. The Jumanji ones, I think the trailers looked fun enough, and I like the cast. I don't think I expected that one to be bad when I went into it, but I expected to at least have a good time. And I did. I'm curious if we're ever going to get that other one. I thought there was supposed to be another one coming out, but I haven't seen or heard anything about it yet. My attention span does not allow for movie watches recently. The YouTube rabbit hole is real. I've been having struggles with that too as well. It's mostly been like because there's so much going on. Like there's some times where I just feel very overwhelmed, and I think some of that is like with stuff that's not even going on yet. You know, because June is fucking packed with shows, and it's going to be super busy. So like I'm just like stressing before even anything's even happened yet. Do I have a PO box? Well, Cole, I do now have one, and you should be able to see it in the description of any of the current videos that are going out right now. I just got it this past week. Let's see. How have I been this week? I've had a super hard week. My grandmother had a major stroke, had to have some of her brain removed, and is now expected not to survive. I am very sorry to hear that, Aiden. I mean, my week by comparison has been a cakewalk. So, I mean, sure, I haven't got a lot of sleep. Work's been kind of busy, but that pales in comparison. My heart goes out to you, man. I'm hoping for the best, and you know we'll be here for you, man. Adam Wingard will not be directing JXK3. He has other projects he had to do, and the studios are not going to wait for him, so they're just going to find someone else. I did see that. I did not see the reasoning behind it. A lot of the trades were making it seem like Wingard left, which blew my mind because that didn't make any sense to me. So that adds up a little bit. La La Land. Still have never seen it. Hello there. It's Morbin time. What's up, Sketch? Can't wait to see Scarlett Johansson in that new Jurassic Park movie. We'll see. I have not. Say what? I'm going to go listen to a Linkin Park top tier music. Every album was just chef's kiss. I'm so devastated I could never see them live. Same. Soundtrack to my teen brain in its emo phase, dude. Yes, same. So same. What's up, Kane? How are you? Not just Kane, but Kane the Menace. How's it going, man? How's it going? Are there any Easter eggs or references in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Oh yeah, there's tons of them that I've seen and noticed. Hybrid Theory and Meteor are still two of my favorite albums. Same. I'm loving the Linkin Park love here, man. Dude, seeing The Prodigal shocked me, but then another friend said there were a lot of the set pics leaked, so that's why. Really? I haven't come across any of those, so I wonder if they just got ahead of that and just dumped the Endless all out there. But either way, man, that's awesome. I'm excited to expand this world ever further because the first season was mind-blowing. So that Cowboy Bebop Netflix show, yikes. I didn't mind it, except I hated the ending. I hated what they did with the ending, which was awful. That was stupid. That was dumb. I hated it. Everything up until that final episode, I didn't dislike. I had a decently good time with it. Loved Hybrid Theory. Honestly, don't know what I'm gonna do once Stranger Things ends. Maybe I will go on a Sadie Sink obsession. I mean, I was never obsessed with her. I'm a cool person. Dion, maybe sometimes you need to filter your thoughts, man. Jesus. I've argued with you before on this, but I still think Doctor Who could be a much better show than it is right now. I grew up with Tom Baker, and I yearn for them to dial down the silliness just a little. Dude, Tom Baker's his stuff was super silly. Not all the time, but it definitely... Dude, Classic Who was wacky. Like, pretty fucking wacky. Especially Baker, man. But they had their moments. They all have their moments. I don't think it's any wackier than it's been, personally. And I've seen all of it. But I do love me some Tom Baker, though. Can't wait. In 2 weeks, I'll be in London, free of this umbilical cord and psychotic boss. My body is ready. Hell yeah. Trip to London. MCU has been up and down after Avengers Endgame because Hollywood producers accept anything they think means money. Only some of the content is by comic book readers. I mean, it doesn't need to be by comic book readers, I don't think. As long as it's good at the end of the day. Half of the stuff that comes out doesn't really... Even the stuff that has been done is very, very loosely based on some of the comics themselves. And at the end of the day, it's not going to matter to general audiences. Now I'm thinking, what if it's not General Zod, but Val Zod? If it's Val Zod, that wouldn't line up with this Earth. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. At least to me, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, but who knows? Who knows what they'll do? MCU's X-Men are going to struggle to live up to X-Men 97. I don't think that they could pull it off in episodes 5. It's lived in my brain rent-free ever since I first saw it. Dude, that episode is still so damn good. Z Nation was good. Summer. Do you know what's doing really well on the poll? Could you tell us? I haven't checked in a minute, but it's there's a pretty decent lead by one show, and there's still barely anybody's. Yeah, there's like a 5-vote lead between it and second place. I'm not going to tell you the order, but I'll give you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Top 5 to the top 10 in no particular order. Firefly, Only Murders in the Building, Barry, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Lucifer, Parks and Recreation, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Supernatural, The Bear, and The Good Place. And you can see some of these on here because I don't know why it's sharing that. What's going on? Where'd my stream go? There it is. It's still not... What's happening? It's not even like... Now it's not even like on the right thing anymore. What is it doing? Hold on. It's not even linked to the right thing. Like, I don't even know... There we go. I don't know what happened there. There's no reason it should have been switching over to that. Well, for some of those, I guess you got to see where exactly they may or may not have been on the poll. Let's see. It is a zombie. Z Nation actually at any points gets better than The Walking Dead as it continued to grow and left off on a high where everyone was mad it was over versus relieved. It's so much more fascinating. Maybe one of these days I'll look into it, but as far as zombie content goes, I'm kind of over it right now. Unless it's a video game. Well, unless it's Resident Evil. Because I'm always just zombie, the genre itself, I need a break. Did I get a chance to watch Pirates of the Caribbean Secrets of the Lamp? I have no idea what that is. So that's a big old no. I've never heard of that. I know that feeling. It's called anxiety. Welcome to the club. I eventually took the medication route and it worked for me. I have not gone to be formally dosed up for anything. The thought has crossed my mind. I don't typically like zombie-related shows, but this one was very watchable. What's up, Baron Brendan? Recently discovered you via your One Piece live-action reaction. Kept forgetting your name. Kept forgetting to subscribe, but now I subscribe because I actually remembered to click it. Well, hell yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. I can't wait for season 2. But in the meantime, I'm watching the anime, so it's gonna be interesting regardless. But welcome. I'm glad you made your way back. Rumors saying 12-year-old Peter Parker is going to appear in Venom 3. That's interesting. What would be your favorite room setup / color scheme and unlimited budget? Ooh, I don't know. Blacks and grays. It would definitely be like monotone on like the shades of black and gray. Similar to what we got going on in here with, you know, kind of a synthy 80s vibe lighting situation. And then just enough room for all of my shit. Right now I have to like be very selective with what goes on my shelves now because I have so much shit now that I just have to rotate on what I feel looks best and what actually is relevant to my current tastes. Other than that, I don't really know. Like, I definitely want a bigger room. So, bigger desk, more space for stuff because it gets pretty cluttered. Even though my desk is pretty decent size, but that's I don't know. That's a pretty big concern. Have like sound dampening shit installed rather than just taped to the walls like I do right now. Which the landlord is going to hate that when I move out. Wonder why Tom 3 with Tom Hardy is going to be the last Venom movie. Because people age, and they probably are done with it. I don't know. Classic Who was wacky, but it took itself seriously, too. I mean, it's never not taken itself seriously, though. Like, I don't understand the point being made here, because Doctor Who still is wacky and still takes itself seriously. So I don't understand that comparison. My day is going fairly well. Some good sleep, losing some weight, plenty of weed, no complaints. Probably put my foot down at work. Saw Omni in bed. Kinda. Like a leg. When I took that picture of the cats and posted it. Bills paid, podcast. Hey, that sounds so weird, but god damn it. Podcast downloads up and loose stat. Okay. Interesting. Anyone watching Interview with a Vampire? Because that's my new obsession. You guys know I'm not. Currently, at least. Agent Carter is great. We'll get to that when we get to that. How would you rate all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? Damn. Probably 1, 3. No. Actually, no. Like, in retrospect, I think it's 1, 2, 3. It used to be 3 used to be my favorite, but I think I'm going to go in release order for the original trilogy. And then 5, 4. 4 was my least favorite. I'm going to miss the intimacy and softness between parental Clark and Lois when Superman and Lois is finally over. There's just something so sweet of them working together as a team to raise their kids and live life. I agree, man. That's one of the most wholesome aspects of Superman and Lois, and the aspect that I'm going to miss the most is just seeing this side of these characters, seeing how well it's portrayed, seeing this complicated but also very healthy family dynamic that they've got built up within their house. It's just really fucking... We don't see it a lot. We don't see it a lot or handled nearly as maturely or interestingly or just well written at all and I'm going to miss it when it goes, because I don't feel like there's going to be anything that can match that out there in the sphere. Look, MCU hasn't appealed to me in decades. I feel like what continues to make you intrigues Omni. Anyone else, I'm burnt out on superheroes, and it's been that way for years. Even the ones I like, because I'm supporting black people. I'm a little confused on the correlation, but hell yeah. I'm a little confused on the trajectory of that statement, but all in all, yeah, support. I just don't understand how we got from where this sentence started to where it ended, but fair. You're always a wild card. I love it. Abigail versus Megan. Who you got? Well, I haven't seen Abigail yet, so like I don't know. I can't tell you. Not many adaptations of comic books are done by those committed to the source material, like James Gunn, Ryan Coogler, Bo DeMaio, Christopher Marcus, Ryan Reynolds, Stephen Feely. And you're just naming people off over and over again. I mean, I feel like it very loosely matters. It helps, but I don't think it's a necessity. How's it going? Love the hair, by the way. Welcome, Rice Cake. How are you doing? Is Shang-Chi 2 still happening? Because I know Eternals 2 ain't happening. You don't know that Eternals 2 isn't happening. And no information at all about Shang-Chi 2. I've ever watched the Kick-Ass movies. I've seen the first one. I have not seen the second one. I would love for you to react to Supernatural, but I'm worried you're not going to like it. It's just me being stupid. I mean, you never know. You never know. It's what, demon hunting, right? That's the main thing. Like I've said before, I've only seen one episode. What was it? It was like they were in like an alternate reality where they were actors. They were playing basically themselves, but they were actors playing their characters, and none of it was real, but then it was, and then they had to get back or something. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I remember from the episode. Lestat is the ship name for Louis and Lestat. Nice. That makes more sense now. I would love for you to react to Supernatural, but wait, did I not just read this, or did I just go backwards? I went backwards. Well, no, I actually didn't read Christina's comments, so that helped. That worked out in the end. Do you think it's okay to do remakes of movies in general? And if so, what's the time frame it would be okay to remake a particular fan favorite movie or show? I'd say I feel like you should have at least like a minimum of like 10 years before you go remaking something, unless it was complete ass. Like if remaking something at least decent or whatever, I feel like there needs to be at least enough time for there to be a cultural or even technological divide from the original to the new one, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I don't know. Fucking us getting a live action adaptation of Moana, I feel like it went well. Hold on, and like Frozen and all that kind of stuff. I feel like why are we doing this? Like minimum of 10. Ideally, like there should be an entire adult life, like from childhood to adulthood. So like 18, 20 years, 21 years, something like that. So that there's like actually like a generational divide between one movie and the other ones. You know, that's like kind of I feel like that's the pocket you should ideally aim for. Denai Guerrera is a force to be reckoned with, who knows herself, so she reflects my idol, Eartha Kitt. What about you, Omni? What about me? I don't understand the question. Well, what about me? What was the question? I'm not, like, if it's tied into a question you were asked by somebody else, I'm not reading your all's internal conversation. I'm skipping to the things directed at me. So, who's my favorite celebrity? Okay. I don't know that I have one. I mean, there's a lot of celebrities that I like, that I follow, but I can't speak for one that I'm just like, yeah, I get you, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Trying to think. A little lower key, but I think the closest or best answer I could give would be Matt Mercer. If you would consider him a celebrity. Because I just feel like, I don't know, man. Like, when it comes to, like, people who have gotten famous and stuff like that, for one thing or another, he's still very, very humbled by everything. It seems to be, like, one of the sweetest people on the planet. Otherwise than maybe, like, Keanu Reeves, I guess. That A to B me to Keanu Reeves. I would probably go that route. Yeah. Keanu. Idol or idols? I don't really have. I really don't feel like I have any anymore. But let me ponder that. Currently been on a couple weeks or so break before starting the finale season of Friends. I want to watch it now because I'm craving it, but I'm also sad it's going to end and it's going to hurt. Anytime I rewatch the series, I skip the last episode. It leaves me distraught. Not to make it worse for you, but it's a good ending. Like, it's not like a bad ending or anything like that, but it's the bitterest of bittersweetnesses watching that show come to a close. That I just can't stomach watching that last episode anymore than I already have. Andrew Lincoln is great as Rick Grimes. That he is. Have I seen comics for The Cure going on right now? No. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know. This, like, the band The Cure? I don't know what that's referring to. The only superhero shows I watch are the ones with black people in it. And it's not like I love the genre. It's not. I love the genre. I'm just there to support the melanin. I love that turn of phrase right there, to support the melanin. Not to be confused with melatonin. My dumbass have slipped up on those words many a time. Am I upset that they renewed Shogun? Because I'm not upset. I mean, technically, the story does continue. Sonata has a producer credit, and Pigmented trying to get that money. Don't tell him to stop when Hollywood's so stingy to the melanin. We gotta take what we can get. I mean, hell yeah, man. I mean, to be fair, the book ends, but the story does not. Because the book is just historical events dramatized with names changed. So there's an existing framework that already lines up anything that can come after that. You know, we never even got to see the Battle of Sekigahara, and the show made it seem like it didn't happen, even though it definitely did still happen. So, I don't know. It's an interesting move to make, but we'll see. I'm definitely down for them to keep on going. Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom, who you got? Doctor Doom would wreck the fucking floor with Lex Luthor. Do you have an internal monologue when you think, or just wordless vibes? Oh no, I monologue inside my brain all the time. All the time. say 20 or 30 years before you remake or reboot something. I feel like that's the ideal. Minimum 10, ideally 20 to 30 is kind of where I would sit. I don't know why, but in the Fall Guy scene where the stuff goes wrong and you got the I Was Used to Loving You Baby song going on, just the vibe had me like, damn, I know random, but I don't know, it just hit me. It worked for me too, man. It worked for me. Don't you forget about me. I've still never seen that movie. Andrew Lincoln is such a good actor. He should have already gotten an Emmy for his acting. He's so amazing as Rick Grimes. I agree on that front too. It's also a crime that fucking Bob Odenkirk has not won jack shit for Better Call Saul, man. That was a crime. Think we losing any of the boys in season 4, or probs not? I would probably say probably not. Not yet. I mean, they're teeing up for us to lose Butcher, but I still feel like maybe there's going to be an out, or it'll be dragged out into the final season or whatever. Oh. Yeah, I still haven't thought of anybody else other than what I've said so far. Keanu Reeves and Matt Mercer. I just know The Boys season 4 is going to go crazy. What series are you hoping will win the poll? I don't know, man. There's a bunch of really good ones. All I'm really hoping for is that it's not one that will be it will consume the channel for years. No, letting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. win was maybe a mistake, but then again, I chose to start One Piece, and that's my own doing, my own fault, because there's no feasible way right now for me to blow through either one of those shows. So we got at least another year and a half, 2 years of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think, if math proves true. And God forbid if it was Supernatural, man. We'll see. Have I seen the Supernatural Scooby-Doo episodes? I have not. Favorite character from The Boys? Probably, I don't know, man. The Boys is a weird show. It's like one of those shows where it's just like, I feel like everybody is just on the same level, and for the most part, I kind of just want to keep them all at a distance. But if I'd probably have to go with maybe Starlight or Maeve, maybe. I don't know. No, Kimiko. Yeah, sorry. No, take all that back. Her. What did you think of the Beetlejuice trailer? I'm so excited. I tweeted about this the other night, and I didn't think the trailer was. I don't know. I love that they're leaning into the practical effects. It looks like an extension of the original, but something about it just came off like somebody's YouTube fan film project, and like not in a good way. like I know it's all the same people, all the same actors, but something about the way the dialogue sounded, the way things were being portrayed, just came off just weird. I don't know. It just feels it feels weird. The vibes were weird for me. Like it felt like a Super Bowl commercial for a product, like when they bring back characters, like bring back people to reprise their roles from an old thing for like a Super Bowl ad. That's what it felt like to me. But I'm still gonna watch it. We'll see what happens. I hope it's good. I feel weird ever since finishing Atla and Korra. Like, I just jumped into this great world, and once my favorite It's one of my favorite worlds now, and I wish there was more content, like a ton of milking spin-offs. I just want more. There's more coming. There's just, unfortunately, not more right now outside of the, the books, the comics and the books. The books I've heard are really good, and then obviously The Search is an iconic comic continuation of Atla. But we got more stuff coming. We got a new show coming sometime. We got 3 animated movies coming in the next 2 years. So that's there's stuff looking forward to, but yeah, unfortunately, just nothing right now to tide you over outside of the written media. Would you ever considering buying the boys' comics? Maybe once it's all done. When it's all come to an end, I might pick them up. You knowing the actor / real world episodes of Supernatural is like knowing Quake is an Inhuman beforehand. A scratch of the surface of a really deep hunting trip. Fair enough. I mean, I don't know, like, that's like such a like random ass thing to have like just stepped into, like that one episode of Supernatural. Like, grand scheme of things, no idea how that could even remotely tie into things. Because I know it's like most of those other shows. To my understanding, could be completely wrong. Very similar to like the typical CW fare, monster of the week with some sprinkled in horror or main storyline kind of sprinkled throughout. So I don't know. It doesn't really. There's nothing I can glean from that at all. No movies early 2026. New show I think is 25 to 26, but still hard to live without more control. Atla is a great enough world to have a bunch of movies or shows in my opinion, but I guess I do respect them not milking it. I don't even know if it's really their fault for the most part, other than Nickelodeon canceling Korra and cutting Atla short. A lot of it, I feel like, had to do with Nickelodeon, to be frank. To be fair, though, I do think that the creators did want to take a step back for a while. I think they got burned out on Korra. So it may be a little bit of a mix and match of different elements that kind of kept all of that from branching out into what we've seen with everything else. Who do you think is the most underrated most underrated character hero from DC? You or somebody asked this last week. And I think I said Mr. Terrific. So I will stand with Mr. Terrific. What's up, D? I'm happy to catch the live today instead of watching the stream the next morning. Well, welcome. I'm glad you can make it. This is a very chill one. I'm not that far behind either, which is nice. Can't believe how good Invincible is. Yes, she is. They've already lined up historically the great conflict with the kid and his close relationship with him and his PSK versus his ambition. Yeah, there's a lot they could definitely explore, which is, it's fine by me, but like not having like those guardrails or that framework, as long as the writers keep it in line. It's hard because there's not like a trajectory that's being adapted, and from what I understand, they also changed quite a bit as well. But I don't know. It's feasible, it's doable, but it is kind of risky. Lexi Boy getting ragdolled by Doom. Agreed. Oh yeah, he would definitely get destroyed by Doom. Dude, there's a whole few worlds happening with the whole back and forth dialogues of different people. I feel like my brain. Yeah, you keep. It's already a struggle for you to keep up with normal shit, so it's kind of funny seeing all this, because there's a lot of internal chatter between you guys and other people in the chat. So like keeping track of what you're asking me and what you're talking with other people about, like I imagine it's a struggle. I will say Martin Freeman was looking all types of fuckable in Wakanda, especially when he was jogging in the woods. I was like, damn, Zaddy. I'm not gonna lie, man. You're not wrong. Martin Freeman's an interesting kind of snack, isn't he? I don't know. There's just something like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't pinpoint on what it is. Like, from him as Watson to his character in Wakanda, I would probably say not so much Bilbo, but just in general, especially the older he gets, man. I don't know. I get it. Don't know why I get it, but I get it. Hot take. I loved Taylor Kitsch's Gambit in X-Men Origins. He's only in a few scenes. I just love him. Another hot take. I actually really like that movie in general, despite its flaws. Hey, that is fair enough. I liked his Gambit as well, for the, like you said, the small scene that he was in there for. But, yeah, I don't know if that's quite a hot take, but I'll side with you on that one. As far as enjoying the movie, I don't know, man. I haven't seen it in a long time. The Deadpool stuff still drives me nuts. The terrible effects still drive me nuts. I don't hate the movie like a lot of people do, or harp on it too much like everybody else does. There was a lot of bad shit in it, though. But I still found it entertaining, but there's a lot of disappointing elements to it, I guess. So I feel like it's a mild take on that part. Ever thought about making a poll for a new show that's only a certain length? Like only seasons that are reasonably 6 months to a year to finish? For one of the polls, maybe? I've thought about that, weeding it down to like a set parameter. But then I just feel weird about that because, well, I guess, I mean, Jesus, like, I don't know. Realistically, there's no way to really just share the load, because I was like, well, what if we had long form, like one long form slot and a short term slot? Because that's kind of what, you know, Ted Lasso filled in our dark slot, which filled in our Severance, or it was like Severance filled in our dark slot, and then Ted Lasso filled in Severance. All those were done. I was finished with those in like 6 months, a little bit over, because they were short. So like, I was thinking about doing exactly that, like having Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. be locked into that long haul and keeping something nice, short, and concise in that spot. Which, thankfully, right now, our forerunners, our front runners for the winner on this poll will be more in the short form, more than likely, or at least formatted enough in a way that we could probably blow through it just as fast. So yeah, it may just work out that way, but I think I will restrict the poll in the next one. But I think right now things are working out safely enough that it's not going to be a, I'll just say it, Supernatural probably isn't going to be winning this. It's not going to be a situation like that. Pedro is becoming the friend I would hang out with and casually screw when we're stoned, versus Oscar, who's the man you show up in with a dress, no panties, because you trying to give it to him whichever way. Oh my God, Christina, Jesus. That is brutally honest, and I love it. Get it. Is Supernatural on the list for the new series? I hope it wins. It's on the list. It's in the top 10, but I really doubt it will win. He likes. I never got into the boys. I just couldn't get into anyone, especially Starlight. Her whole introduction and my hackles up as a woman for reasons. I hate Poor Things for the same reasons. Have you seen Poor Things? I didn't think you saw it on the channel. Otherwise, I would have added my shit emojis. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of it. Never heard of Poor Things. I'm Supernatural out. Sorry, I'm just over that show. I'm not surprised. Logan the Wolf was great. Made me want a full-length movie right after watching it. Same. I can't be bothered to re-download the CW app. I'm not exactly sure why you would want to begin with. I guess for Superman and Lois is I don't know. There's the only thing on the CW worth watching. And at this point, I just wait for it to come to Max. Let's see. Take it easy, Sketch. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. What was my favorite Ted film? I don't really remember 2 at all. So 1. I would probably have to default to 1. Who do you think is the most underrated character from Game of Thrones? Underrated. Probably maybe Hodor. Or maybe Beric Dondarrion. Those are the 2 that come to mind. Maybe you could watch the first 5 seasons and then decide if he wants to continue. That's still like 20-some episodes a season. That's still a lot of episodes. That's still double than what some of these other shows that we're trying to fit in this slot even would be, even at 5 episodes. Have I ever watched How I Met Your Mother? I have. I've seen it all the way through, maybe 3 or 4 times. Definitely enjoy it. Not as good as Friends, even though it tries to take its shots, but I enjoy it for what it is. Except the finale, I really don't like. Also, I can't believe you thought to clarify I didn't see your leg in your actual home. So not necessary, but I fully comprehend the impulse to clarify. Yes. What's a popular franchise or series of movies that you enjoy for what it is, but just isn't for you? Like you had a good time, it was like, but it's not your genre or your type of content, really, if that makes any sense. I don't know if anything immediately comes to mind. Maybe Hellraiser? I think the first one's okay. It's interesting enough. But as a whole, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm alright. I've seen a handful of them, but like it just never really caught. I like horror though, so like it fits into the genre, I guess, but it's more like, I don't know. Hellraiser's a really weird series. It dabbles into like a lot of different niche pockets. I like the idea and the concept, but it's just like, I don't know. Is there anything else? Yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Because it's super popular, but I just kind of am just like, I don't know. I really want to try to think of something else, but I'm just having a hard time. Well, okay. It's on the list. We started it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I had a good time. Maze Runner. Maze Runner. I'm not like enthused to watch any of the other movies. You know, I'm not like chomping at the bit to go eat more. If you get what I'm saying. Is there anything else? Similarly, I think that's a close one. Most of the YA stuff, just in general. Oh my god, I just for some reason remembered Naomi and how no one in my knowledge even reacted to it ever. I don't know if you were around. But like I had recorded the first episode, a reaction to the first episode, and it was so bleh. I was not having a good time. Like, I was visibly not having a good time. Whoever this camera person was for the first episode, I don't know if it got better. I heard the show got better. Not enough to save it, but it got better over time. But whoever was the camera guy or thought to shoot the first episode the way they shot it needs to be fired. Well, I guess they were, technically. But that episode was the only time I've ever watched a TV show or a movie that literally gave me a headache. It hurt. Physically hurt me to watch it. Like, it was, oh my god, and the dialogue and the acting. Oh my lord. Fuck that. Very interesting snack. Like he is aging into something yummy. I gotta say, his confidence to explain the glow up caused Bilbo was not it. Yeah, fair enough. I think that's a big part of it. Because him as Ross, like, I don't know. I get it. I get it. Got any recommendations for anime movies in English, if possible? I don't really watch anime apart from Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And now Castlevania. What do you want? Specifically movies or like a series or whatever? Because I can shoot your recommendations for all kinds of different stuff. More so shows than movies. I haven't, unless it's related to a show. There's not very many standalone anime movies I've watched. Hope we get more of Homelander's childhood and flashbacks this season. I feel like we didn't see more of his terrible childhood. There's just a lot still left to explore all across the board from a lot of these places, man. It's never gonna happen. Flash took all the patience I have for that threshold of TV. No disrespect, I'm far more attached to messy, well-written fantasies. Fair enough. Can't wait for you to get to season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I can't wait to get to shit where I actually don't know what the hell could or may not happen. Like, I don't really, again, I feel like we're past all the things I remember at least, but at least once we start season 3, I can confidently say I've never seen an episode. As a S.H.I.E.L.D. fan, I voted for some short shows since you got a long grind with that. I appreciate that, Adam. Thank you so much. Hope you're liking the end of season 2. I'm like, I figured I'd enjoy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fine enough. I didn't expect it to be as good as it actually is. I'll be honest. I just expected it to be like maybe average or on par with other shows of its genre and era at its time on TV. And it is so much more consistent than any of the other shows, barring, I'd say, Arrow. But yeah, for long form though, it's impressive. Because it's also one of these things where it's doing all these different, it's doing this huge ass episode amount for every season, but there's not a filler episode at all. I really like Deadpool in Origins. Yes, it's a horrendous character assassination, but I see him as just its own thing, a cool multiple-powered Baraka like baddie for Logan and Victor to fight. Like, in concept it was cool, but like if they had just not ever called him Deadpool, I would have felt so much better about it. Have you ever watched Stargirl? This is directed to me. I've reacted to it on the channel. Like, all of the Arrowverse, I've done some semblance of reactions to. Though, outside of, it was only in their post-Crisis on Infinite Earths seasons. Because I reacted to half of Crisis on Infinite Earths because I think I lost the first episode. Or I didn't record the first episode, I don't think. I think that's what made me start recording reactions to my Arrowverse watches. But I covered all of the shows that were going on. All of Black Lightning, Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, Flash, Supergirl, all of them. Superman and Lois, Stargirl, all of those shows. Hell, Doom Patrol, Titans, even though I loathe Titans, I still covered them all to their conclusions. So those are on the channel. The only DC CW show that I refused to watch, or well, I tried, was Naomi. And then after everything was said and done, I have not watched and do not plan to ever watch Gotham Knights. But I love the Arrowverse. Hot take, I actually love Wolverine Origins, apart from the Deadpool thing. That sucks. Do you have any Marvel Comics or any DC? I have a compendium for Injustice, but that was only because DC sent it to me. I didn't buy it. I have all of the Sandman series, but outside of that, I don't, like I said many times, I don't really buy comics. Everyone votes Supernatural. Ginger, stop it. I might executive veto that if it just skyrocketed all of a sudden to the top of the list. I may just say, sorry guys, nah. If Gambit is in the movie, what jokes you expect on me? I would expect something like, wait, you got coasted. No one even remembers that. I'm just for him to say that iconic line. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. Just give me all of the New Orleans-isms. You may have answered this in one of your reactions, but I'm curious which X-Men/mutant character is your favorite, and who do you want to see in 97 Season 2? Wolverine's always been my favorite X-Man. Always. So I would like to see more Wolverine. Like, we've had some Wolverine, but we haven't had, like, he's really, and I think it was, like, there's a meta reason why, personally. I think a lot of it had to do with how much he's gotten so much attention in recent years. So, I get it. But I would like some Wolverine love. However, so I would like to see him as Apocalypse's Horseman of War. Especially now that he may or may not be feral. I don't know if they're going to go that route or not, but yeah, we'll see. Have I watched Baby Reindeer? No. I don't know anything about that show. I've only just recently started hearing the words in that order. Don't really know anything about it. If I am not covering it on the channel, I'm not watching it. I don't have the time to watch things for fun or in my own time. So if you don't see a review, if you don't see a reaction, you can 99% bet I'm not watching it in my spare time. I wish Heroes Reforged would go ahead and react to Season 3 of Superman and Lois, but I know most reactors have day jobs, full schedules on top of that. Yeah, I was kind of, I would like to see more people check it out, but like, oof, it's rough. It's hard. There's so much stuff to keep up with, and you gotta pick and choose sometimes. And sometimes I haven't had to do this because I am evil to myself all the time, but I have yet to cut a show loose that I've already started on the channel. At least if there has been a time, it has slipped my mind. Didn't Poor Things win a Best Pick Oscar? I'm asking because I recall watching it for a podcast review and gave it a negative. Oh, you meant the movie? Well, you put it up with a show, so I thought you were talking about some kind of show. I don't even know what that's about. The movie with, like, Emma Stone? No idea what that's even about. But I haven't seen it. Ever have a show that you love but completely understand if people don't love it too, because you're aware of its flaws? And ever have one that you recommend but it's really long, so you understand people not watch? Probably Naruto. To be honest, like I understand, like, one, length, two, if you're not there from the beginning, it would be very difficult, especially with evolving sensibilities. But probably Naruto. I've recommended it. Some people couldn't stick it out, obvious reasons. I get it. Doctor Who, I get it. I get it because it's not definitely for everybody. As far as recommended, that's really long, so I understand people not watching. The X-Files. I mean, 11 seasons. I get it, but I still think everybody should watch it. Yes, free rewatches for Superman and Lois. I've been enjoying your journey through One Piece. Do I prefer the anime or the live action? I mean, I feel like you have to prefer the anime, though I do think, like I called out during some of the reactions, there are some things that I do think the live action did better, but not many. But I have to give it to the anime, man. I think he's tricking you to watch Supernatural throughout. I think people are trying to gaslight me into picking it for some reason. Michael, does it cause you dread when you see a show on the poll with like 45 years worth of material? And reaction channels are starting Battlestar Galactica, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a drag. Yeah. I mean, Battlestar's on there, and I would like to watch Battlestar, all things considered. But yes, there's a lot of fucking Battlestar. I don't know what show on this list technically has the most episodes, but yeah, I do fear for something as insane as some of that shit. But yeah, I have seen people been picking that show up, which is kind of wild to me. The movie was really good, but I've heard that the show just kind of retcons a couple things from it. It's kind of its own pocket Elseworlds thing. Warriors only 30 episodes, just saying. Makes 1,000 Patreon accounts to vote for it. Dude, somebody did try to do that with The Good Place the other day. So it was like the week I opened the poll, like someone like bot spammed The Good Place. Like, it went from being like reasonable amount, sensible amount, and then just like within an hour, like quadrupled in the amount of votes. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And I fixed that real quick. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but nobody's cheating the poll. What's up, Galaxy? What's up? How are you guys? Curious, have you seen a difference recently on views? I know a lot of channels have been affected recently. I mean, as far as like, I feel like my numbers have still been fairly consistent with what they've always kind of been for the stuff I react to. So personally, I haven't really noticed that big of a difference myself. So I can't really speak for everybody else though. Have I ever watched Blue Beetle or Aquaman 2? I have reviews for both of these movies on the channel, so yes, I have. It is, if it's DC or Marvel, I've seen it the day it comes out. So that is a thing. You could just watch 5 seasons of Supernatural because it ended in a way that you could. Eric Kripke left after those 5 seasons. That's interesting. That's kind of interesting. See, I thought Walking Dead should have ended at the end of season 8. That was the perfect closing point for that show. Team Flash does raise a good question. Hours total of Supernatural. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I guess, holy shit. You're not that wrong. So, I mean, in a quick Google search, take that for what it is. So the estimate runtime of all 15 seasons, all 327 episodes of Supernatural is about 53 hours. That doesn't sound right to me, though. Let's do... Hold on. Yeah, their math is way off. I don't know where they got that number, but there is no way that Google search result is correct. Yeah, no. I don't... What in the world? Oh! Never mind. Okay, I read it wrong. The way they worded it was super weird. So this doesn't actually answer the question. Because it said the 53 hours, but it's 53 hours of extras, not actual content of the show. So it's roughly 239 hours to finish and catch up with all of that. So it's half the runtime of One Piece, which is well, a little under half. A little over half, sorry, because it'd take you 239 hours to watch all of Supernatural. It will take me 436 hours to finish and catch up with One Piece. Let's see. It's time to be an adult. This teen wants me to feed her, and I've been putting off this soup for 3 days. Let's sigh. Lovely stream as always, everyone, and the extra day of freedom. And be careful. Take it easy, Christina. Have fun. Enjoy your time. And thanks for stopping in and giving us some chuckles. Maze Runner #1 was the best of the series, in my opinion. I kind of hated how some of the decisions made by the characters in the sequel movies. Interesting. There's only 3 Maze Runner movies, dude. It's a great trilogy. I mean, that still doesn't change my answer. Had nothing to do with length or amount of movies. I was like, I get it, it's cool, but it's whatever. There's some melanin. Even melanin can't pretend to support Batwoman. Naomi didn't try, and the new 4400, that was some shitty writing. I've never watched that either. Bye, babes. Make sure you water them plants and breathe out during release. Otherwise, you might get a thunderclap headache. Words of wisdom. Bye. Take it easy. Let's see. I genuinely love the Hunger Games movies. Like I rewatch them an insane amount of times. A few times in a year even. Also, love Divergent movies, Maze Runner. They not cinema, but they just hit though. I don't mind the Hunger Games. I like the first one a lot. Everyone after the first one, I'm just like, eh. I did sit through an entire marathon at the movies of all of them leading up to the last one. Still have no interest in seeing the new one that came out though. Like, it's fine. I liked them. It's cool. It was a good time. I wish Stargirl wasn't canceled. It was great. Better than Naomi by a mile. Not even by a mile. By like an entire fucking planet. The hell is Naomi? Don't worry about it. Something worse than Morbius? Oh yeah. At least Morbius was... Hey, for all of its memes and all of the bad problems Morbius had, it was at least... I'd call it a movie. There's some dumb shit that happens, sure, but it's... I've seen so much worse. Me, when people ask Omni, have you ever seen this show that's on your channel? What's your thoughts on the show that you've reacted to and gave your thoughts on? Yeah, dude, like anytime somebody asks me something about that, like I do like in my brain just kind of like have a moment where I'm just like fucking glitching. I heard about this apparently pretty lit show called The X-Files. You should give it a try sometime. I think it could be up your alley. Dude, man, I don't know if I got the time. Sounds lame. It sounds like it wouldn't completely become a sole part of my identity if I just gave it a chance. I definitely don't have a Barbie and Ken doll of Mulder and Scully immediately to my left, or a poster over there for it, or the books, or every season twice. Nah, not doing it. Oh, Marvel introduces Gwenpool in the future. Hey, you never know. You never know. Probably 2067. Probably at this rate. Favorite Shrek character? Mine's Puss in Boots. I don't know. I don't know. Who? I mean, probably. And I still haven't seen either of the Puss in Boots movies. But just from what I've seen, probably Puss. Puss or Donkey, probably. I don't know. It's probably Puss. Have I ever watched the Underworld movies? I have. I have seen all of them except I think the very last one. I don't think I've seen it. Under who? For me, certain shows I just accept. I'm not doing. I don't care if they're iconic or peak. I'm not watching some show with 100-some episodes. I missed it. If along the ride, different, and the backlog can be too much. My ex, who hates reaction channels, caught me watching one of your reviews, and when he was around last weekend, asked me to play the house. I keep wanting to say How to Train Your Dragon when I see that. See the House of fucking shit. House of the Dragon Season 1 reaction. The guy who sits alone and laughs. Asked me to play. Oh my god. I mean, fair enough. That is an apt description. It's either the guy who sits alone and laughs, or sits alone and cries. One of the two things. I'm so happy that you're enjoying Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The last episode you reacted to connects to Age of Ultron beautifully. I like that setup. That was surprising as all hell. I love when they do that. Dude, if I was watching this when it was coming out, like most people, I totally would be one of the people raging about the neglect this show got, because it is working its ass off to try to connect. Have I played the Walking Dead games? I have played all of the Telltale games, yes. but none of the other Walking Dead games. Is in One Piece 5 times the length of Supernatural. As far as it's ongoing eventually, but right now it's just like 1.4 times longer than Supernatural right now. Because you have to remember, like, every Supernatural episode is 44-ish minutes. Every episode of One Piece, I mean, if you skip the intro and the opening and the closing and the recap of every episode of One Piece is basically only 15 minutes long. 15, 16 minutes long. I've been thinking about how coincidental Omni loves both Vax and Lucifer because they fly with big-ass wings. Coincidence? I think not. I do like winged creatures of a human variety. No, Vax, I like, he was my favorite even before he became the avatar for the Matron of Ravens. But I also love ravens, so that doubled already right there. And then when the wings popped up, and I'm like, oh my god, so good. But then you have Lucifer, fallen angel, his 6 wings, so good. I do like me some winged humanoids. There's just something epic about humans with wings, man. Not gaslighting, but the first 5 seasons of Supernatural are pretty solid. Fair enough. I'm going to say it somewhere around 230 hours, assuming 115 seasons, 21 episodes, 45 minutes. See, I shorted it a little bit. I went to 44 because that's where, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of sits sometimes, and I know they can kind of vary and fluctuate, but it's usually between 42 and 45 minutes for that fare of TV content. What do you think about the Green Lantern movie? It's all right. It was fine. It wasn't great. I saw it in theaters. I have a funny story about it. I saw a midnight showing. The TV the copy of the movie that they had was fucked up. So like when it gets to the point where he's having that PTSD memory flash, when he's crashing and then he's thinking back to his father's crash, that whole thing where it's like they're screaming at him to eject and he keeps getting that monologue from his dad. It's like, you're not afraid, are you, Dad? Let's just say it's my job not to be. Woo, 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 woo. You're past the minimum eject routes. Eject, eject, eject. That fucking thing is seared into my brain. All of that dialogue. Because that like 20-second sequence of footage, 30-second sequence of footage looped for 30 minutes before they could fix it. It was funny for a while. The entire theater was chanting along with the dialogue on screen with the characters. You had everybody in their seats just going, "You're not afraid, are you, Dad? Let's just say it's my job not to be. Eject, eject, eject." Ah! Everybody. And then eventually it was no longer funny. So they restarted the movie and we had to watch all of the intro of the movie again to get to that same point, and it happened again. So they had to skip to the next chapter to get the rest of the movie to play. So there was like 5 minutes on my first viewing of Green Lantern that I just didn't get to see until it was on DVD. And it's not like I missed a lot. It's just character stuff, but like, whew. It was funny. It was real funny for the first 5 minutes. And then it got real annoying real quick. But my favorite theater moment ever was, it was for 300. I've told this story before, but I know it's been a while. It was in 300. So like, you know, like before movies, they'll have like little movie trivia or little stuff that plays before the trailers come on and stuff like that. They did this one because it was like the next Bourne movie was coming out close to the release of 300. I think it was the third Bourne movie. So like one of the trivia questions is like one of those things where they black out the actor and they give you a fact. And so the actor that was blacked out was Matt Damon because they were given facts about the Bourne series. And so that was playing before the movie started. So movie starts, we get to the part where Leonidas is about to boot the guy down the pit. He's like, "This is Sparta!" And boots the guy down the pit. So right in that moment, when the guy gets booted into the pit, and they're chucking all of his other little followers in there with him, something happened. Maybe even the entire time and we didn't notice, the projector was playing both the movie and the pre-movie footage. Like, I think the pre-movie footage never stopped playing. But because everything on screen had color, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see any of it. It was being overpowered by 300. But when the pure blackness of the pit came on screen, you could completely see Matt Damon's face. Like the footage, perfectly timed, of the reveal. Like when they was like, "Oh, it was Matt Damon." That came out of it. So like people were falling into this fucking giant image of Matt Damon, like right into his mouth. And it was hilarious. Because honestly, when you're watching it, it just looks like they're feeding all these Persians to Matt Damon. And with Team America still being like super popular around that time, there was like 3, 4, 5 guys just in the back of the theater that just went, "Matt Damon." Like, loud as fuck. And everybody lost their shit, man. Anyway, good times, good times. There's a show on Netflix titled Final Space that also started off as a pilot on YouTube. Sadly, got canceled after season 3, but it's still a really good adult animation that I would recommend. I've never heard of it. It's pretty good. Somebody else is backing you on that one. Never heard of that one. Viking Wolverine is strangely accurate and really well made. And it's a fan film. That it is. What's up, Sean? You should watch Baby Reindeer if you can. If you're on time, maybe it's 7.5-hour episodes. Fair enough. 7.5-hour episodes. Well, that's not too... It's pretty doable. There's some real-world shenanigans going on around that. It kind of makes me a little about the whole thing, but maybe. Final Space is the greatest underrated show of Adult Swim history. Olin Rogers is the GOAT. Never heard of it. I'll have to look into it. But what if your math is wrong? It is. Because you'll always have One Piece episodes to watch. Not always. It's ending. It's on its final arc. It is on its final arc. But you're right. It is currently still releasing episodes at this point. So it will continue to grow. Morbius is just meh. You don't leave loving, you don't leave hating. It just exists. Baby Reindeer is good, but makes you uncomfortable. Any celebrity deaths who impacted you the hardest out of all people? Akira Toriyama really fucked me up for a few days. Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. That was one that I really took to heart real hard. Kevin Conroy as well was one, and thankfully I got to meet him like a week or 2 before he passed. Those are definitely the biggest ones. Here's Reforged Video, made it feel like a movie. Everyone vote Eat Beluga with 3,000 episodes. Take Omni 3 years and 10 months to watch every episode back to back with no bathroom breaks. Dude, fuck that. I don't even know what that is, but like, no. Wonder who would play Gwenpool. Emma Stone. I don't know. Who knows? Morbius or Madam Web? Which movie was more worse? Which one was worse? Madam Web by 1,000 miles. Is Madam Web worth a watch just to say seen it? I would probably say no. Better question is, name a movie worse than Morbius and Madam Web. The Room, Birdemic, Troll 2. But they're at least entertaining. I mean, I thought there was bits of Morbius that... I think Morbius isn't as bad as people make it out to be. But it's not good. Like, it's not good. But I thought it was okay. It was mildly unimpressive. Aside from Matt Smith having a damn good time. The Lee and Clem story is peak Telltale The Walking Dead. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should be freaking canon. I'll just go ahead and say it right now. Yes. Let's see. Have a good week. Gotta go, Omni. Have a good weekend and take care. Take it easy, good vibes. Thank you for stopping in. 2001 Planet of the Apes is a worse movie. Honestly, I don't remember it at all, though. What that tongue do? Do you think a live-action Telltale Walking Dead show would be great? I don't know. I don't know if it would capture that same energy as well, but I'd give it a chance. Madam Web could have been a good movie if Sony didn't screw over the writers and the directors. I mean, one would hope. One would hope there was a good story in there at some point. But you never know. Do you think we'll see Lucifer in Sandman Season 2? Oh, yeah. Yes. We definitely will be seeing Lucy back in Sandman Season 2. We gotta. Like, the whole way the season ended is just like, I'll get you next time, Sandman. God, that seems like the best theater experience for that movie. It was a good time at the end of the day. It's a fun story to at least tell. What's my favorite Ted episode? Dude, I don't remember them enough to tell you that. I don't know. Rip Kobusu, aka Doge Dog. I did see that too. Yes, very much so. Sad day there. 18 years though. 18 years that dog lived. Drew, episode 4 was dark as hell. I would get annoyed if that was stuck in my head for a long time. It was fun for a minute, but for a whole minute, and then eventually, so bad. My favorite theater moment is Avengers Endgame portals, and that 100%, yes. And when I was in for Black Panther and didn't play, so you only see a black screen. That sucks. Not funny moment, but it was just a really annoying theater moment was when I saw Captain America, the first one, for the first time. Power went out. Right when the Red Skull reveal was about to happen. Like, he came out and he was just about to pull off his face. And the power went out. And a couple minutes later, the power comes back, but all of the sound systems were completely blown. Like, so it came back, and there was absolutely no audio. So he's pulling off the face. He was like, ma, but you couldn't hear anything. I was like, God damn it. Are you serious? Oh, well. Have you seen any of Leslie Nielsen's movies? Well, did you see that I reacted to Naked Gun on the channel? D. Cole? So that is, yes, I've seen one. Outside of the movies where he's been a cameo or a guest star or supporting role, like the Scream movies. But that he starred in, just the one. Eject, 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 come dad, eject, eject! Then the dialogue started playing for Black Panther and you could still only see the black screen. Good Doctor is a series that just finished, could be one for you to check out. For me, it's right up there with House as one of the best medical dramas. You know, it's funny because I feel like regardless, the only thing people ever talk about is that I'm a surgeon thing. That was just, it dominated the internet for those weeks, man. But I really liked that actor because he was amazing in Bates Motel. I love Bates Motel. Such a good show. And he was awesome as Norman Bates. I don't remember a single line from Green Lantern. I only remember that because I heard that line, that series of lines, probably 100 times. Why are the 4th and 6th episode of every Netflix or Prime video so cathartic, hard to watch, including Herogasm and Masquerade, for example? Not noticed a trend, but that's an interesting thing to point out. The Doctor is so good, I'm glad it focuses on a character who is on the spectrum. I've heard some people say that it's not a good representation of that, though. So I don't know. I'm just seeing all the chaos around the drama and controversy around the show more than anything. But either way, I don't know. I can't really speak for it. I've never seen it. Damn you, Zaslav. I don't know what that was in reference to. All Black, No Panther. Pretty much, you know, if you can hear him but can't see shit. Heading out, have a good week on. Hell yeah. Wait, Wimple isn't Gwen Stacy? Isn't that just what I said? I said it was. Any surprising, disappointing movies of the year so far? I haven't really seen that many this year, but here I go again. I barely remember what I've seen unless I have to keep fact checking it. Yeah, this year, I've barely been to the movies, like actually gone to the movies. So I think the biggest disappointment out of the movies that I've seen, which isn't many, is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Or no, the Frozen Empire, the new one that just came out. Really didn't vibe with it all that much. What if there's a One Piece signature reference, aka the creator does a 10-year later series about the second piece, about the two-piece bikini. What if the One Piece ends up just being a really expensive ass bikini at the end? Just a One Piece swimsuit in a box, in a crate buried somewhere. I mean, that'd be interesting. Enjoyed Morbius. Matt Smith was the best. I don't have that Matt Smith special. It's my top 5, but good for you. Is the show Dark any good? The show Dark is amazing. Like a master class in good writing and just fantastic science fiction show. Which member? I don't remember what this was in reference to. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that was a reference to. What's up, Silverhand? How are you doing? I'm doing good. Is Merlin on the list? I believe it is. I'm pretty sure. I tend to enjoy a lot of movies that people hate. In Spider-Man 3, I get that Peter forgave Sandman, but did he really just let him go? Keep stealing money? Correct me if I'm wrong. No, he kind of did. He kind of just keep doing what you're doing. Also, No Way Home and Godzilla, also a fun theater experience. Yeah, the first Godzilla, super fun experience. No Way Home, also a really cool theater experience. Rox did a video covering Madam Web, and one thing he said is that even Dakota was confused about the movie. I mean, okay, I don't know if I asked this at all on this. I think it may have been on Chainsaw Stream. Has she given a good performance in anything? Nothing I've seen her in has been good. So like, I don't know. Maybe she I don't know. Like her character, like she just seems to play the same person in everything I've seen. No shade, but like I'm just like legitimate question. Which members of the Teen Titans would be in James Gunn's DCU project? Probably Raven, probably Beast Boy. A Robin, more than likely. I don't know. Maybe a Superboy, but I doubt that right now, given the way things are proceeding. So we'll probably skip him. Probably an Aqualad, maybe. Don't know. 2014 Godzilla's atomic breath scene. Dude, my theater was in just roaring when that happened, man. Dude, I was crying when that happened. Imagine if No Way Home theaters went through that. Did it piss off fans? What, like the issues? Like the errors? Or what do you mean? Can't believe it's been months since I could join a live. I need a lore catch up. How's the kitty? How's work? How's life? Work's good. Life's fine. Cats, all doing great. Growing up, healthy, all good. Everything's great. I've got 9 fucking cats right now. No Way Home was pretty good. My cousin cried really hard when I saw it with my family. Hell yeah. Ant-Man 3 was big, man. But that wasn't this year. That wasn't this year. That wasn't what we were talking about. Nice shirt. Why, thank you, thank you. The Brothers Yasha. Need to rewatch Bates Motel because it's up there with Hannibal. It's up there. Hannibal, I think, is just on another level. Hannibal is like real shit. Bates Motel is really good, but it gets a little soapy somewhere in the middle. But I still really, really, really love it. What's my go-to song at the moment? 2 Minutes Notice. For sure. Green Lantern. I don't remember the question at this point. Who do you think is the best Doctor in Doctor Who? It's obviously Tennant. My favorite Doctor. It always had boiled down to either Tennant or Smith for me. Until 14, it had eventually transitioned to Smith. And I think I'm still going to go with Smith. I think he is he's the Doctor that encompasses what the Doctor is the most and more than any other Doctor that I have seen. Right now, Ncuti is on the climb to be able to represent that as well. But right now, waiting to see more of him in this role. But right now, Matt Smith with I just think with like him being the one that ran away from all the conflict of it all allowed him to be the most doctor-y Doctor out of all of the Doctors. Plus, he's just charming as all hell. But my three, because I'm going to count Tennant like 14 and 10 as different Doctors. You know, so like I'm probably going to go Smith, 10, 14, 12 for me. Did I at least buy Deadpool tickets? No, I don't pre-order movie tickets, man. I have no need to do so where I live. If I'm going to go to the theaters to check it out, I can just show up and get tickets, man. My only positive with Frozen Empire was Melody telling Phoebe, "I'll see you in the fabric of the universe." That was all right. I can't even tell you what my favorite part of that movie was, man. I was just kind of checked out through a huge chunk of it because it was just so... It just meandered so much. There was too many storylines. I need to check out The Hitman with Glenn Powell. Is it? It's not like the video game, right? Or is this something else? It's crazy to think Deadpool is the only MCU movie this year. There's very little shows from the MCU this year as well. I don't know what's coming out or is coming out anymore. Yeah, I don't remember what else actually comes out this year. Actually, like you, I don't remember. Love Merlin, great series. That line almost had me in stitches, even if Melody was a character who's a little underutilized and confusing. There's a lot of things about that movie where there's anyway, I won't get into the nitty-gritty of all that. Worst MonsterVerse project, in my opinion. Probably, I mean, okay, this may be a hot take. But it might be Godzilla X Kong. Because I definitely think it is the most turn your brain off and don't give a fuck about what is going on out of all of them. It's still entertaining. The spectacle is still a great spectacle. The monster stuff is still really cool. But as like a movie, I don't know. Maybe that, but I like all of them. I like all of them. I mean, maybe 2014, but I also am one of the people that really don't mind 2014 at all. I don't have a whole lot of problems with it outside of how dare you tease Bryan Cranston and then not give me Bryan Cranston. Scott, thank you with a super chat. Is it bad as a fan that I don't care about real life factors and just care about the product? No, not necessarily. It depends. I think there are situations where it depends. It depends on if supporting said product supports something altogether different or bad or whatever. There are consequences to supporting some products, but in general, yeah, no. I don't. I could care less about most external drama surrounding a film, barring a couple of smaller examples. Not smaller examples, outliers. There are some outliers, I would say. Where did I leave off? Oh, here we are. It was more evil, Lex Luthor or the High Evolutionary? The High Evolutionary, for sure. Because at least Lex is, as ego-driven as it is, wants to protect the planet. He doesn't want to destroy it. He doesn't want to change it. He just wants to be seen as the hero, but it pisses him off that some alien is out here outshining him. Bet James Gunn puts Damian as the Robin. It's already been confirmed that he's our current Robin with Bruce. Like in the Batman Robin movie, it's Damian. We know that much. But will he be in the Teen Titans? That's a wholly different question. Maybe with Dick leading them, kind of like the animated movies in recent years. Very, very possible. Are you excited for the second season of the Rings of Power? I don't know if I'd say excited, but I think it looks pretty fucking wicked. I can't wait to check it out, but like going, woo! I don't know. But I definitely am not looking forward to it. Yeah, you obviously gotten a lot of these. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Trying to get into anime, but I don't know what to start with. I tried DBZ and Death Note and Hellsing, but wasn't into it. It just really depends. I'm surprised. I mean, Death Note is usually a good gateway, I think, because it's not over the top like some things are. Attack on Titan is a really good one if you don't mind, like, pretty grotesque and stuff that's going to make you ponder. But like thematically, it's probably the best written anime I've ever watched. Like from beginning to the end, mind-blowingly well written. Also animation, top notch. I love Attack on Titan. That may work for you, may not. Full Metal Alchemist, maybe, is another one, another gateway anime I usually recommend people. Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, and Attack on Titan are like 3 gateway anime I usually recommend. But yeah, I don't know if like DBZ is a good gateway anime, even though it was for me. Like I think it like helped at the time. You know, my age, the timing, the era of it all. I just think it was a good, like, I don't know. It just all worked together to really. It just came out at the right time. So I don't, it's hard to say for that. Hellsing I've never watched, so I can't really speak for that one. If you want to cheer someone up, what would you cook or bake for them? Probably either a cake or cookies. Or Cheddar Bay biscuits. Can't wait to see Furiosa tomorrow. I had to work today, which I don't normally do, and I'm dying as a result. Well, stop dying. Get better, and hope you have fun at the movies, man. Isn't Immortan Joe the most detestable villain in the Mad Max universe? Like High Evolutionary and King Joffrey? I mean, he's not great. I mean, yeah. Comparably, yeah. He's definitely the worst out of the ones we've been introduced to, from what I've seen. I'm nearly done watching The Walking Dead. I'm like a quarter through season 10, and my god, season 9 and 10 are so bad compared to 1 through 8. The writing is so horrible at times. The only thing that got me through those later seasons, man, is Negan. I don't get the hate for Lord of the Rings show. I like it. I don't know, man. It's that pocket of the internet that makes up their minds before things comes out. And sure, there maybe were some. I mean, it's got problems, but like, there's like a vapid hatred for it because of certain things. I would love to sing 2 minutes notice to someone one day. If I could remember all of the words of that song, hell yeah. What I dislike about the finale of What If Season 2 is that it's not the culmination of the entire season like Season 1. They only focused on Peggy and Kahori. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of get it. Like, it did kind of just come out of nowhere there at the end. It could have been set up better. I think the best way to watch The Walking Dead without seasons 9 through 11 ruining it is to watch those 3 seasons as a sequel show. I mean, that's one way to look at it. Mine are 10, 12, 11. I don't care for what they did with 14. Oh, I mean, each their own, but each their own. I'm not going to say. I won't say nothing. 2025 MCU slate is stacked, though. Yeah, they're going to come back swinging the next year. Really enjoyed Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Charlie Vickers was great as Halbrand/Sauron. I'm also curious because we're going to be seeing a lot of Sauron in the next season. Another super chat. They should have recast T'Challa. I mean, I was on that side. Dakota is a terrible actress. She's going to be in a movie with gorgeous Pedro, and he's got to do a lot of the work. Oh, God. I don't understand the hate towards Godzilla X Kong. Zuko and Kong are my Kratos and Atreus. I mean, it's just because it's dumb as shit. Like, it's an entertainingly stupid movie. Like, it is the most brain-dead, nonsensical movie in the entire MonsterVerse right now. It's the antithesis of what the universe started off as. Which is funny, because the universe started off as this, like, we want to be this grounded, like, scientific, this is what these things would be in, like, in our world, the existential nature of it all. It's where it started, and now it's just like boom, boom, bang, bang, explosions, bright colors. Like, and then you have fucking Monarch out here trying to be what the MonsterVerse used to be, and it's just the tone of the MonsterVerse is just all over the place right now. What's up, Banana? How are you doing? Oh, not much. Just trying to catch up here and get ready for some din and see what happens for the rest of the night before Superman returns this evening. I don't know about that, but I'm definitely looking forward to Daredevil and Captain America. Dude, Daredevil is the only MCU project I'm actually excited for. Glenn Powell or Liam Hemsworth, who looks more like Scott Summers? Glenn, probably. Godzilla vs. Kong was the worst due to that amount of human story, and saying that it's still amazing, Mechagodzilla was peak. See, I like the inclusion of Mechagodzilla, kinda. But I hate the Mechagodzilla design, personally. But I like everything else about the movie. Again, barring the human plot. All the Godzilla Kong stuff was really cool. What are we talking about? Just whatever. Whatever. I want to say that Sith in The Acolyte is a pretender. That person isn't an actual Sith. Well, who knows? We don't really know much. We'll see. We shall see, but there's at least going to be one Sith in the show somewhere. There's got to be. It's the whole point. I got a lot of claps at Black Panther 2. I don't remember, honestly, if my theater had too much like that. How many pops do I own? I know it's like 140 something, 147, 48, I think now. Woo! I never liked it in the CW, and the Naomi show felt like they were watching a Saturday morning cartoon. You never liked what? Like any of the CW shows or Naomi? I'm concerned about that one. I hate to sound political, but in 4 words, release Coyote versus Acme. Yes. Have I seen the recent news about Reacher Season 3? Yes. The new casting about this massive ass dude that like fucking eclipses Alan Richson. Good God. Dude's like, what, 7 something? Holy shit. I saw that Assassin's Creed Shadows is over $130 and people are livid about it. The ad thing came up again and there were some actual hooligans that pay $240 for the collector's edition. Dude, if I'm paying $130, you better fucking not have ads in my game. I understand development costs have skyrocketed in these last couple of years to make modern games the way they are or are expected to be. I get it. $70, I get it. $80, I could kind of get it. $130 is definitely pushing it. That game better deliver. And like it better have like 2 games worth of content in it and no fucking ads. Like that shit pisses me off. Hamtaro, best anime. Here's the solution to everyone. You don't have the time to play the game. Man, screw everyone who supports the ads for these console games. I mean, you bust your ass, you spend a lot of money for a game, and well, I will see the rest of this anywhere. Oh well. Schweiger was an army of thieves, an army of the dead, both. What's he? Blue Eye Samurai is another anime that is pretty good. I don't know if I'd consider it an anime, but I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I don't know if it qualifies technically. But I've heard really good things about it. I do want to check it out eventually. If you were a character who worked at the Vought company, how would you react if Homelander stared at you down the hallway? What would you do? I would do my best not to make any direct eye contact at all and just pray. Super hot take, Eugene is one of my favorite characters in The Walking Dead. He's so funny. He's the character aside from Negan that makes me consistently laugh my ass off. I grew to absolutely adore Eugene over the course of the show, so yes, I'll go with that as well. I gotta finish Better Call Saul and X-Files before I go to Blue Eyes. Every time I see just Blue Eyes, I just think White Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! But yes, Better Call Saul and X-Files, priority, for sure. Enjoyed Rings of Power, but it feels weird that Sauron is kind of hot. It's kind of the point. I mean, it's part of the point. I mean, especially from what I do know about the lore. He's a deceiver. So like they're playing into a core aspect of what I remember. So like, yeah, I mean he's kind of supposed to be hot a little bit, but he's also a shapeshifter. Remember, he can appear however he pleases. Tried Rings of Power, but all I could see as I was watching was cash grab. I also only saw a few episodes. It's hard to be a cash grab when it's the most expensive show ever made. It was more of a cash sink. Because I don't know if they made their money back. And they're still continuing with it. Yeah, I definitely don't see cash grab. His eyes is fire, though. I know, right? Why do they make Sauron so hot? So was GXK the Thor Love and Thunder of the Monsterverse? I mean, it's entertainingly fun. Like, Thor Love and Thunder went the whole goofy turn your brain off route, but for me, also wasn't fun. So I just didn't enjoy a majority of Thor Love and Thunder. While JXK, as dumb as it is, I had a blast watching JXK. I don't know who's Sauron, but I know about the Eye and the Precious Guy. Fair enough. This is kind of the origins to a vast majority of all of that. Bryan Cranston dying is a top 10 clickbait moment. Yes, it is. God, all the marketing was Bryan Cranston. Having Ahsoka stuck in another galaxy sucks. Not really. Well, at least not to me, because I'm excited for them to touch on all kinds of cool new stuff. Hope Namor shows up in the end credits of Fantastic Four. We'll see. By season 9 of Reacher will be fighting Godzilla if they keep this, increasing the size of the villains. That would be funny. If you have ads in games, you deserve a rotten hell. Reacher just gets bigger and bigger each season. Little, but dark there, noober. Guess I'm not the only one. Woo! I don't understand when video game companies don't just outsource. I don't know, man. Who would you want to see Carol Danvers have a romance with in the MCU? Sam Wilson? Peter Parker? Peter would be a little weird. Only a little weird, a lot weird. Honestly, Valkyrie. I thought there's something going on there. And I wouldn't mind seeing them explore some of that. Outside of that, I don't really know. We really haven't seen her bounce off of too many other people that I feel like she'd have really strong chemistry with. But Valkyrie, I'm all for that right now. Have I watched the Transformers Prime? No, not at all. If not, it's such an amazing show. Even if you're not a Transformers fan, it will definitely get you into it. As someone who has been in the game dev world, $60 is incredibly generous for the work put in, which is why higher tiered editions have become a thing. I don't support ads in games, but otherwise. Agreed. Like, that's why I'm like, pricing out the set thing, I totally get it. I totally get it. I know general people never want to pay more for stuff. I get it. But if people want to be paid fairly for the work, especially as game development inflates, I understand. I don't know about 130 for, let's be honest, an Ubisoft game. Those are questionable, like 90% of the time. But, you know, upwards, I get it. And generally speaking, I usually get the deluxe edition or the collector's edition if there's something cool included, regardless, but that's also just me. I feel like a lot of people who really appreciate the games tend to go that way anyway. But yeah, 130, man, and ads is excessive. Which character from the Tron franchise and which movie is your favorite from the original or legacy? The original is still my favorite, and Flynn is my favorite character. I like Flynn a lot. Over the years, Bruce Boxleitner, I can't remember his character's name. Oh, I apologize. I really dig his character. I like that he was his role in Legacy. I liked Legacy a lot. So yeah, Flynn. I mean, it's got to be Flynn, man. Hey, Homelander, said A-Train before getting scared to shit, so I don't think you're getting scot-free. How'd you rate all the Transformers movies? I am not doing that. I get ads and stuff you watch, but stuff you interact with is insane. Oh, right. Okay, I was trying to decipher what you meant there. Who do you think is in the black noir suit? I really have no idea, and I'm very curious how they're gonna explain all of that. Look, guys, it's Walter White cooking in the Godzilla movie. Looking back, Rebels was such a goof show and it deserves so much more credit. Agreed. Rebels is amazing. Agreed. I hope we see Wonder Man in the MCU. Isn't there a Wonder Man show in the works, or am I thinking of something else? From last week's live stream, someone was watching Bad Batch for the first time. If you're here, how are you finding it? God, I forgot who that was too. I feel like by the end of Ahsoka, we'll have our next major addition to Force lore, a la World Between Worlds. I feel like our boy David is cooking, but the production can be improved upon. Agreed on all fronts there. The only one I could see is Peter and Carol, though Tom has stated Scarlet Witch is hot. I mean, Scarlet Witch is fucking hot. But it's also, it's just he just turned 18 in the universe. Maybe even, we don't even know. Did he graduate? I mean, he technically didn't graduate. He's got to get his GED. How old is he right now? A little weird. I don't know. Old enough to rent an apartment. Enough, I guess. Even though he didn't have an ID, so I don't know how he did that in New York. A little HBO and Disney Channel, if she was with Peter. Very much so. Very, very much so. Depends on which part of Ubisoft is making the game, since they have different divisions all over the world. Just look at Watch Dogs 1, 2, and most of AC, Peak Gaming. I mean, they haven't made any, like, what was the last? I don't even know what the last Ubisoft game I finished was the first Assassin's Creed. But that's a me problem, because open world games and me don't get along. But outside of that, I don't know. Dude, in that first game, so many bugs. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not an Ubi guy. Ayla Brown, who portrayed young Furiosa and Maria Robotnik, is having her hands full this year. Good for her. Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah. Yo, Busy, what's up? What's my thoughts on the Dragon Quest series of games? And could you see yourself playing any of them? I don't know. I've never played a single one of them. And I mean, I'd give it a shot. I mean, I like Akira Toriyama. I like the designs. I like the world, or the idea, the aesthetic, not the world. I don't really know the world. I know some of the iconography, but that's about it. But maybe one day. Maybe one day. I believe there was a Wonder Man show in the works, but with Marvel restructuring how they decide what and when to make things, recently there's no word on if it's still coming. That's a very valid point. Busy, you're my biggest fan. No, well, thank you for the super chat. You did not need to do that, buddy. I really appreciate it, though. Hope you're having a good time. Hope everything's working nicely for you. Good weekend, relaxing, not stressing. GD Peter Parker is wild. Just bought a PS3, 2 controllers, 8 games. Setting it up made me feel so old. It was $300 for all of that. So damn. I mean, it's not a terrible deal, man. Production had started to be, but production had started to some extent, I think. Yeah. Oh, right. On the Wonder Man show. Have to go. Walked in the house. Something walked in the house, so I want to say have a great weekend and be amazing. Take it easy, D. Cole. Have a great rest of your weekend. Which Filoni project is the worst? In my opinion, it's Ahsoka. It's got horrible pacing, terrible production value for what they were going for. Yeah, I mean, for what it is, I think at the end of the day, it's not a fair comparison against this other stuff. But yeah, it is the most inconsistent of his releases. I'll side with that. Even though I enjoyed the show for the most part, it did have a pacing problem, and there was some very apparent production problems. I know you! Hope the girl who plays Abby for The Last of Us Season 2 doesn't get a lot of hate. Oh my, she's going to need, like, therapy and to probably just not be on social media at all. Is it a crime to say Ahsoka is the worst Dave Filoni Star Wars project? I mean, I think we just agreed to that. Oh, no, the worst in general. Well, no, you said Dave Filoni Star Wars project. Thought it's Book of Boba Fett, but please don't fight me, please. No, if we're talking Disney products, not Dave products, because that's not a Dave product, Boba Fett. That's a Favreau and Rodriguez product. Boba Fett is the worst that has come out of all of this. Like, for me, hands down, it's Boba Fett. But that's me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Love the stream. As always, take care. Thank you, Ginger. Take it easy. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Which show are you looking forward to more? The next TV show, we're like expecting Wednesday or Stranger Things and The Last of Us. I mean, like between those ones, Stranger Things. Stranger Things, easy. Massive fan of Dragon Quest. The best way I could describe Dragon Quest series from a story standpoint, the story is pretty much chosen hero versus Lord of Darkness, but the characters are the best part. Hell yeah, man. It's like turn-based, right? Hello, I'm now hand. I love you. Well, welcome, Alistair. How are you? I'm just wrapping up. We just caught up with the chat. We are technically 46 minutes past my usual stopping time. It's turn-based. That's what I thought. At least for the majority, because I think there's like a Minecraft variation that came out not too long ago. I saw some streamers I watch play. But yeah, I don't know. I'd definitely be interested in checking it out one day if I ever have the time. It's been 4 weeks since I've been able to continue Rebirth, and I've been trying to find that time so hard. But guys, we're gonna wrap it up. We got some last minute creepers here. It's weird that people are hating on Abby when she did the same thing Joel did. It's because we tribalized with Joel in the end. It has nothing about equal cases there. But yeah, hope to catch another stream soon. Till next time, have a great, amazing week. And a little thing here, if you charge over 100 class for a video game, it better launch with no ads, glitches, or bugs, period. Ridiculous. And Dark Card, take it easy. Guys, have fun. I will see you all in the next one. Next weekend, we should be all clear once again, and hope everybody has a great week. Got a lot of stuff coming up here around the corner, so stay tuned.